Good evening, everyone. In this video, I am going to discuss with you AWS block storage, and this is very important topic I am going to discuss with you. So, friends, I am going to write here AWS block storage, right? So, friends, you know AWS block storage. So, friends, in AWS there are three type of block storage. Number one is EBS, and EBS stand for Elastic Block Storage, and number second is EFS. EFS stand for Elastic File System, and number third is ephemeral storage. So I am going to write the name here. Number one is EBS. EBS stand for Elastic Block Storage. I am going to write here. And friends, second one is EFS. EFS stand for Elastic File System. And third one is friends, ephemeral. And you can say ephemeral is also instance storage, or also you can say this is a temporary storage. But friends, you heard about more storage like that S3 storage, right? What is S3? And snowfall, right? S3 glacier. So these topic I will discuss in S3 topic, right? So here I will discuss AWS block storage, and rest of the AWS S3 snowfall and S3 glacier I will discuss in further, right? So make sure don't be confused. So there are three type of block storage. EBS stand for Elastic Block Storage, and EFS stand for Elastic File System, and number third is ephemeral. So everything we will discuss in depth level. And friends, now come to the EBS. What is the use of this EBS and Elastic Block Storage? You know, when you are going to put your data in volume, so the data will be uploaded in the block form. Okay, so in this Elastic Block Storage, there are three type: EBS volume, that name of the volume is, I'm going to write here again. You heard about SSD. You know SSD stand for solid state drive, and number two is HDD, and HDD stand for, it's a simple, friends, you heard, hard disk drive, and similarly one more, friends, magnetic disk. So in this EBS Elastic Block Storage, we will learn SSD, solid state drive, and hard disk drive, and magnetic. So when you will go in this EBS section, you will find three type of, and number third is magnetic. So friends, now come to the this section, SSD, solid state drive. So this solid state drive SSD is different type. So that type I am going to write here again. You heard about, so I am going to write GP3. GP3, you know the GP general purpose, and one more is GP2. So friends, again I am going to repeat, AWS every week change their console and their services, right? So there is GP2 and GP3. Similarly, you will find type of SSD is IO2. IO2 is block size, and similarly you will find out IO2 and IO1. So let's understand one by one. So when you will launch your EC2 instance, so by default your volume is SSD GP2, right? So here, what is the use of this, these things? So when you are going to use this SSD solid state drive in EBS volume section, so here what is the size of the volume minimum and maximum, how much you can take the size. Similarly friends, in GP3, so minimum size you can take 1 GB, and similarly in GP2 you can take 1 GB size of the volume, and similarly here IO2 block storage you can take 4 GB of the size, and IO2 you can take same 4 GB of the minimum volume size, and IO1 4 GB of the volume size. Similarly, friends, in GP3 general purpose, here you can take maximum size of the volume is 16 TB, you know, and GP2 same you can take 16 TB. I'm going to write here 16 TB, and IO2 block size you can take maximum size 64 TB, and similarly IO2 you can take 16 TB. Everything I will show on the practical just to understand. And here IO1 you can take same 16 TB. Okay, so minimum and maximum. And friends, here you can take the IOPS. What is the IOPS? I will discuss. Okay, so here in GP3 you can take the IOPS, and the size of IOPS is 16,000. I am writing here K. Similarly, you can take the IOPS in GP2 16,000, and IOPS you can take the IO2 block size 256 TB, and similarly in IO2 you can take 64 TB, and IO1 you can take IOPS 64 TB. And one more important things, friends, in GP3 you can take the throughput. What is the throughput and IOPS? Both the things I will share right now. So here the throughput value will be 1000 MB in GP3, and throughput of the GP2 you can take only 250 MB. Similarly in IO2 block storage you can take throughput 400 MB, and here IO2 you can take 1000, and similarly here you can take 1000, right? So friends, one more important things I am going to share with you. Definitely interviewer ask the question, what is the difference between GP3 and GP2, IO1, IO2? So friends, when you are going to provision your EC2 instance in the infrastructure, or maybe you are going to run your application, so make sure in GP2 and GP3 Amazon not provide multi-attach option here, right? Make sure Amazon EBS, here I am going to write EBS multi-attach. This is very important things I am going to share with you. Multi-attached option not supported here. Make sure in GP2 and GP3. But friends, when you are going to take the service of GP IO1, IO2, so it will support your multi-attach option. Everything I will show on practical. Okay, we have an option multi-attach. You can attach multi-attach. You have an option in IO2, IO1. You can easily attach multi-attach. Your volume you can one volume you can attach in multiple EC2 instance. Make sure, right? So, so friends, this is very important. So this GP2 and GP3 and IO2, IO1 and IO2 block size, make sure maximum and minimum how much you can make. So here I am discussing about the what is IOPS and throughput. So make sure I am going to highlight here so easily you can understand. And what is the IOPS? Here I am going to write IOPS, and this one is throughput. I am going to write short form throughput. So now understand what is the throughput and IOPS, because definitely interviewer will ask the question what is the IOPS. So friends, make understand IOPS is basically measures the number of read write operation per second. So here in GP3 16,000 IOPS read write operation per second, while the throughput, so you can see this is the throughput 1000 MB, and the Throughput measures the number of bits read write per second. I know that you cannot understand my word here. I am going to open another page. Easily you can understand. So although suppose that they measure both throughput and IOPS input output per second and throughput. So just understand both the word here. Suppose friends, if you have large files, okay, so this is your large file and you simply need more input output read operation for entire file, definitely if you want. So your client can read fast your data, so the file size has no effect the IOPS, as it measure in the number of, suppose that your file in large file. So is it possible? It will take time, definitely. When the latency issues will be created, definitely. So read write operation will be down. So here in Docker, in cluster, Kubernetes cluster, so read write operation will be definitely increase. So one more important thing, just understand in this throughput, IOPS and throughput. Suppose that this is a two bucket, and I am going to write here, this is bucket 1 and this is bucket 2. Okay, so in this bucket, when you understand, easily understand what is the throughput and IOPS. So this is a bucket, I am going to write here bucket 1 and this is a bucket 2. Okay, so if you have multiples bucket or two buckets, so I am giving the example of two bucket. And bucket, this is a disk, you can say that this is the disk or this is the hard disk. Okay, so friends, if this is one bucket and this is second and this is empty and this is, both the bucket is empty, but from the one side you are going to fill the water. Okay, so there is the water and you are going to fill this bucket with the help of jug. Okay, so this is your jug. So when you are going to take water and you are going to fill your bucket, so definitely you will have to know when you will be using a jug to transfer water from into the bucket. Okay, so when you are going to take water and you are going to put in this bucket. So here it definitely will confuse at the given time per second how many jug of water you can pour. Pour in the sense write and withdraw in the read. So this is the IOPS. IOPS, input output per second. So here you're going to take this jug, take the water and put here. Take the water and put this jug. So what you are doing here, you are using this jug and you are going to transfer your data input output. So it is read and write, you pour and withdraw. So it is the read and write operation. This is the IOPS. This is IOPS. Are you getting my point? Now what is the throughput? Just understand, at the given time per second, whole the operation at the given time per second, what's the amount of water, it means the data here, the amount of data, maybe kb or mb or maybe bit of water the jug can transfer input output of the bucket continuously, right? So this jug is going to take the quantity of bucket water, or maybe in real industrial word you can understand, they are going to copy the data and put this bucket. So this is the throughput. Okay, so this is the throughput. So now understand what is the IOPS. IOPS, data transfer input output per second, and the particular object, what amount of data, it means the water the jug can transfer input of the bucket continuously. Okay, so this is the throughput. So make sure and do not hesitate. So now come on to this section. EBS elastic block storage, file system and ephemeral. Now similarly when you go to the hard disk section, magnetic section, so you will find different. So again I'm going to open Paint and I'm going to write here HDD and magnetic type. So here this is a hard disk and magnetic. What is the operation of this? Now let's see here. In this magnetic and hard disk, what is the minimum size and maximum size? In HDD and the magnetic, so there is two type of hard disk drive. So number one is cold HDD SC1 and number two is throughput optimized HDD ST1. So I am going to write so easily you can understand HDD cold HDD hard disk SC1, this is the type, and the second one is throughput optimize. I'm going to write the short name is you can learn from the Google, no problem. ST1. So friends, what is the difference between both? So definitely the size and the maximum size, how much you can create, definitely. So here also the probability, minimum and maximum. In the code SC1 you can create the size of 500 GB, right? Similarly you are going to create maximum size, so maximum you can take 125 to maximum size, the volume size is 500, you can take in this called SC1. And similarly, so minimum to maximum you can take 125 to 16 TB, right? Similarly you can here the IOPS is not applicable in this hard disk. Okay, so I'm going to not applicable, and similarly the throughput is here applicable and the throughput value is here 6 oblique 40. So already we have discussed what is the throughput, understand. Now here in second option SC1, what is the use and the maximum size, how much you can create? Similarly 500 GB, and friends the minimum and maximum 125, and similarly here you can create 16 TB integer, and similarly IOPS is not applicable here, and similarly the throughput is here 20 oblique 123, right? In magnetic, you know the magnetic and use of this magnetic, so just understand the magnetic. So it is misspelled, I'm going to write a new name, magnetic, magnetic disks. So here also you can create minimum of 500 GB of the size and minimum to maximum 1 to similarly 10 G to 4 the value of the integer, and IOPS here not applicable, and throughput is also not applicable here magnetic. And after few years definitely it will remove from the AWS console, right? This service is not using too much, make sure. So this is the type of the storage, elastic block storage. And further what is the EFS, further I will discuss EFS topic and ephemeral. So in this video I will discuss the practical of elastic block storage, everything, right? So make sure this is very important topic, EBS elastic block storage. So in this video I'm going to thanks and see you in the next video with practical, right? Take care, bye bye, all the best.